afternoon. We are now inside the NKDA Bhavan, right now sitting in front of the famous urban planner, Mr. Debashis Sen. A heartiest welcome to you, sir. So my first question is, how long since you have been handed over this responsibility?
Well, I have been looking after Newtown as a new city development for the last more than a decade now. And before that also I was there for 2 years. So if I count the total tenure, it might be close to 13-14 years.
Dream and reality, you have coincided these two words. What inspired you in making such a smart green city?
Well, I always feel myself very fortunate to have got this opportunity of designing a city. And designing a city of the 20th century, 21st century, that is futuristic city. We like to say that Newtown is the new future. Newtown, new future. And it's a great opportunity. When we design a house, many of us do, in a small plot of land, you design a house for the next 100 years. Life of a house stays 70 to 100 years. But when you design a city, it will be probably for 300, 400 years. Kolkata, as we know, is known to be more than 300 years old. So what is happening is that you have to think very deep into the future. And what is it that needs to be emphasized? And certainly sustainability is one of them. Certainly use of technologies is one of them. Certainly environment and saving the planet is one of them. So keeping these futuristic notions in view, the excitement in drawing lines in a blank sheet of paper, in this case 7,000 acres of township, and you draw the road, you draw the network, you draw the green spaces, you draw the economic activity. It's a tremendous lifetime opportunity, and I am fortunate to be here and the responsibility given by the Govt of W.B.
While transforming Newtown Rajarhat into a planned city, what strategies did you take at the preliminary stage?
At the preliminary stage itself, when the master plans were being drawn in, we were very clear that this will not be unlike the neighboring Bidhannagar called Salt Lake at that time, or Kollani. We were very clear that it will not be purely housing or staying kind of a township. These days the concept of town is this, cities are considered engines of growth. So it's not only for sleeping. So that will make like a typical BBD Bagh Salt Lake scenario. During the daytime the BBD Bagh area is vibrant and whole of Salt Lake is sleeping. And during the night time, the entire BBD Bagh is absolutely dark and deserted, and lots of activities take place, especially in Sector 5 and Salt Lake. So these notions are now going upon. Why commute? Why not have the same place? Why not have the mixed development, as we call it? And we were also very clear that we should have economic focus. I mean, what will people do other than sleeping? So, for instance, in Newtown, we have 4 focus. Number 1 is education. So, there are lots of universities, IIT, Presidency, St. Xavier's, and a lot many. Health is Tata Medical Center, Bhagirathi Neutya, Shankar Netralaya, and a host of other very specialized medical institutions. And then there is the FinTech hub, financial hub, already 27 financial institutions, including State Bank, National Insurance, HDFC, Bandhan Bank, they are all setting up their places over here. And lastly, the Bengal Silicon Valley, the latest, where only emerging technology and IT and tech companies are given a plot of land for developing. And India and Kolkata is becoming one of the fastest growing data center hubs in this Bengal Silicon Valley in Newtown. So with these 4 economic focus, and especially with the young crowd that work in the technical shops and they work in study in colleges, It's a very vibrant locality with the young and the old. And I am reminded of, let us say, Boston, Harvard, and Cambridge, where the university drives the township. Here we have many universities driving the town, tech companies driving the town, Silicon Valley driving the town, and startups driving the town.
So what kind of limitations did you face while transforming this huge area into a planned smart city?
Well, land accumulation and land acquisition is certainly a very, very difficult part of any new township. And indeed, right now in Newtown, we have 3 action areas, 1, 2, and 3, and the central business district. But in the master plan that was envisaged in 1999-2000, there was also provision for the 4th action area 4 as we call it. But that part, after the change of government, they said that no further land acquisition will be done, and so that part has now been abandoned as of now. So really, it's a policy decision. I have nothing to say, but I can say this much, that if we could have embraced that action area 4 as was envisaged in the master plan, probably the growth could have been much faster and better.
So what kind of national and international assistance, both physical and economic, did you get while transforming your new city?
We did this essentially in-house with the help of academic institutions like IIT Kharagpur and Education Department of the government and a lot of other expertise that stays within the country. But while we were doing the smart city exercise, this came up much later in 2014, while HIDCO was established in the year 1999. So in 2014-15, the smart city concept came in throughout India. There were to be 100 smart cities, and since there are around 4,000 cities in the country, only 100 would qualify as a smart city. Newtown, of course, qualified. It's the only smart city in Bengal and one of the 100 smart cities in India. But the point is that during the preparation of the smart city project, we got reasonable assistance from UK through DFID and some other aid agencies who came in and guided us as to how to take forward the smart city concept.
Sir, in many of your interviews, you have stated that Rajarhat Newtown is a mini Singapore. So, what is the reason there?
Singapore, as soon as you land in the city, you will find that they pride themselves in saying it's a city in a garden. Lots of green you will see. Likewise in Newtown also, other than the now famous Eco Park, which is 480 acres of pure greenery. There are no rides, no roller coasters. People just come here to enjoy the greens. There are 47 zones of green. There are many other, at least 12 parks, an eco-urban village, an urban forest, and tall tree nursery, and tree library. And so much so that we are now doing a green walk, like heritage walks with the tourists to the city. So there's a lot of green. So first, Singapore, they say, is a city in the green. So we also have a lot of green and manicured, very well looking green. Second is technology. The Bengal Silicon Valley, the IT hub, the British Telecom, the IBM, the DLF, and a lot of IT growth. The largest center of TCS in Eastern India is located in Newtown. So Singapore is also very high tech with a lot of startups and huge mansions. So that is also there. So on the one hand, startups, skyscrapers, young crowd, and IT, and on the other hand, a blend of green and touristic importance. Both are there in the both cities. That is why we like to say that there is a look and feel of being in Singapore in Newtown.
So several IT industries have been set up. So can unemployment of youths be solved in the future?
Nowhere in the world is unemployment solved. It is a natural phenomenon. People become students to job earners and it takes a transition. The main point to consider is how long they stay unemployed before they take a job. This is how urban unemployment is measured, and definitely IT or biotech or these fields are very suited for Kolkata. Kolkata and Bengal. Bengalis by themselves are very good IQ, very creative minds. They are doing wonders in other places. If you go to Bangalore, for instance, the IT capital of India, often they say Bengali is the second language. So what we need essentially is to bring this talent back to Kolkata and Bengal so that more and more jobs are created here in Bengal. Our sons and daughters don't have to go outside to earn. This is a challenge. And for this challenge only, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee thought of first 100 acres of Bengal Silicon Valley, then 200 acres. Now it is 230 acres, all finished up. The biggest data centers and the most modern data centers are coming in. Tata Consultancy, Reliance Communication, Adani Enterprises, and a lot many other people have already started their functions, construction and planning. And I am very hopeful that to a large extent we will be able to bring back our talented youth and expertise back to Kolkata. And we are even making a co-working, co-living space. I mean, where do people from Siliguri and Purulia and Darjeeling come and do work over here? So we from the smart city are also making affordable places, affordable work for people to do their initial journey from the student to the career path.
So at present we believe in sustainable development. So how pollution control, solid waste and energy efficient management systems are working in this smart city region?
We are very committed towards sustainable development. We have already subjected ourselves to international certifying agencies, and we have been, Newtown is a certified platinum rated green city, and we take enormous pains in ensuring that a sustainable way of livelihood is promoted, starting from segregation of solid waste, biomethanation plant, large plantations, green verges, bamboo walks and oxygen walks, bicycle encouraging, bicycle tracks. This is the only city in Bengal and Eastern India where you have dedicated green bicycle tracks, public bicycle share system. These are all to limit the pollution level. People should not use vehicles if they can use cycles, making cycle parking, electric vehicle charging stations, solar energy. We already produce more than 1 megawatt of solar energy here in Newtown, and a lot of other things, including segregation of solid waste at source. We are practicing, we are improving, and the most fantastic ambition is setting up of a zero shop. It started with zero waste shop, but we dropped the waste. And it is there that you find recycled pre-owned clothes, very nicely sorted out in fashionable brown paper bags like Fab India, and you can get a brilliant jeans and t-shirt at less than 100 rupees. We want to set the environment. We are proud of it.
There has been an educational hub inside the smart city. Is there any international university interested to set up one in this area, sir?
We are told that certain private universities who are setting up their institutions are having tie-ups with foreign universities, but as of now there is no foreign university which has been allotted land.
As there are many educational institutes being set up here, so do you feel any urge to set up any research, management and policy advocacy institute in this area?
I can say that, for instance, the IIT Kharagpur has already got an off-campus. They call it off-campus because the main campus is in Kharagpur, and it is basically devoted towards research and development. The There is also Bhabha Atomic Research Center who has put up something. There is ISRO who have put up something. They don't like to talk about it, but I know for certain that there's a lot of experimentation and research that is going on. Even recently, a land has been paid for and given to a Govt of India institution from DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, who are doing absolutely fantastic research on microwaves. So, of course, we would want, and also the Presidency University campus, they are also dedicating a full tower towards research on astronomy and other subjects. So, we are very hopeful that a culture of research and development will also come in the Newtown.
So we all know that Rajarhat is a dream city where, which has brought smiles to every Bengalis, and each and every Bengali has an urge to visit this area, also to stay here in this fascinating city. So if you are given a responsibility to change other parts of Kolkata like Newtown, then how will you transform it?
Well, of course, the challenges of our existing township are slightly different. But having learned the lesson as to what works and what does not work, I will definitely start by going in for densified cities, which in simple terms mean have tall buildings reaching up to the sky, but lots of broad streets and greeneries at the ground level. That way, nobody is inconvenienced. Everybody, if somebody had a 3-bedroom flat, he can still have 3-bedroom flat. It was earlier in the 4th floor, now it will be on the 24th floor. But in the process, small blocks of sub-utilization of land can be reduced, and these can be converted into public spaces, broad roads, big parks, green areas, and yet everybody is accommodated. I would definitely call for a vertical city tower, which we are already planning in Newtown, and I would certainly expect a renewal, an urban renewal to take place in old cities like Kolkata.
My last question to you is, what are the future prospects in this area, or any kind of changes you want to further make in Newtown Rajarhat region?
Of course, people say that in Newtown we do one innovation per day. It's a bit of exaggeration, but we are constantly trying to experiment. Right now, we are working on multiple fronts. One is in the field of taking care of the marginalized sections of the population. For example, differently abled persons. We are making 2 sensory parks. Sensory parks is essentially parks for children who are differently abled. So, what do they do? Will they remain deprived? So that we have got a senior citizens park, very fantastic, 1,000 members already, and that new Hon'ble club, coupled with Snehodia old age luxury home, it also takes care of the other sections of the marginalized, that is the elderly citizens. And we are also trying to imbibe a culture of very positive community building. So we are making streets for people only. That is, no motor car is allowed. You only walk on the streets. Enjoy, be with the nature, create less pollution, and definitely we would like to be more people friendly in the future.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind cooperation and patience, and your giving your precious time. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.